Morning, everyone. Welcome to a special broadcast of All New ERA with CEO Marcus Chu. Just last week, we announced the appointment of our new CEO, and it's all over the news for all the good reasons. First off, I would like to start this meeting to thank all the media who have been very supportive to ERA, and I just want to take this opportunity to give a quick shout out to them. All right, first, the Business Times, thank you very much for your support. The Straits Times, our long-time partners, 99Co, Property Guru, H Prop, and the H Singapore publication. And also not forgetting SPH Radio, Money FM 89.3, and many, many others. I wish I had the time to list them all out here, but you know who you are. Thank you very much. Some of you have also reached out for exclusive interviews. So I would like to say we are very thankful for your support, and we will be in touch soon for all the media interviews in the coming week. All right, now, I'm sure everyone is as excited as me right now because this is the first time that you're seeing the ERA management on screen after reading from the media last week. Okay, before we get down to business, can I invite you to do one thing? Please like, comment, and share our Facebook live session on your Facebook wall so that more teammates get prompted to see our Facebook live session and can join us as well. All right, could you just do that? Well, while you are doing all that, all right, let's welcome our new CEO, Marcus, on screen. Hi, Marcus, would you like to turn on your camera and give us a wave? All right, thank you, Marcus. And of course, with him is our beloved Group Executive Chairman, Jack. Jack, are you there? Can you turn on your camera and give us a wave? Oh, Jack, your camera is off again. All right, just give us a wave, all right? Okay, followed by our COO of Project Marketing, Doris. Doris, could you turn on the video and give us a wave? All right, thank you. And followed by our COO of Agency Business, our new colleague right now, Thomas Tan. Hi, Thomas. Would you like to give us a wave? And finally, our KEO, Eugene. All right, Eugene, would you like to give us a wave as well? Turn on the camera. Oh, in ready? Okay, good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, give it up to all new ERA senior management team. All right, maybe what we can do is I'll turn on my video for a while and we can do a photo opportunity for all our teammates to take a screenshot. Let me just turn off my video. Okay, so perhaps we can do the one ERA sign for the management so that we can take a group shot together. Okay, I hope everyone is taking it. And then maybe can we do a love sign, our iconic love sign. Okay, very good. I hope you guys got the shot already. Thank you very much. Okay, now I'm turning back on, right? So now before we start, can I invite those who have just joined us? All right, right now we got close to 200 viewers on Facebook. Could you just do me a favor, like, comment, and share on our Facebook live session on your Facebook page so that more ERA teammates get prompted to see our live session. And please, please don't forget to type in your congratulatory messages on the comment section. Why not let me start the ball rolling, right? Okay, I'll just type it right now. Congratulations, Marcus, my boss, my friend, my mentor. Looking forward to break new grounds with you. Okay, let me just type it inside my comment chat. Okay, let me see. Okay, while you're doing that, please send your wow, a lot. Cherry Chong, Alicia Young, thank you very much. You are very early. Okay, Mike Perrick, thank you very much. Okay, I also want to congratulate my boss, all right, at Marcus Chu. You can even tag him, you know, guys. Okay, you can tag him. All right, I just sent in my congratulatory message to Marcus, and also don't forget to send your well wishes to Jack. All right, Jack, now I'm going to send a message there for you as well, Jack. Okay, we'll just take a few minutes to do all that, to show our congratulatory, to show our appreciation. All right, let me tag you as well at Jack. Okay. Now, come on. Let me just send. All right. Are you guys doing it? Wow, now I got 38 comments already. Thanks, Lim Boy. Okay, and then you can just continue to send your congratulatory. All right. Also need to send a thank you to Doris. Let me just send a message to Doris as well. Okay, almost done. Let's watch us win together in upcoming project launches. All right. All right. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for all the comments and likes and loves and emojis. Sincere appreciation to everyone. So now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the historical moment in ERA? All right, here we go. In 2013, all right, guys, if you still remember, North Star Group, a Singapore headquartered private equity firm managing more than 2.2 billion US dollar, has led a management buyout of Singapore's biggest property brokerage at the time, ERA Singapore. ERA was the market leader in the real estate broking business in Singapore with more than 5,100 salespersons at that time. Jack, who led the group of senior management in the buyout, became the first CEO of ERA. Now, fast forward 8 years later, Jack has led ERA to become the first real estate agency to be listed in the Singapore Exchange, which was a milestone at the time, and expanding ERA to become the largest international real estate agency in the region. In fact, we got more than a network of more than 18,000 teammates across 10 countries. So that is really a big milestone. All right. And last week on 1st of July 21st, all right, Jack has handed over the reins to the new CEO, Marcus, and Marcus will be leading us to an all-new ERA, all right? Now, fasten your seatbelt as we invite our senior management to share with us what we can do to make a difference in the next quantum leap, all right? To kickstart this morning session, let's invite our group executive chairman, all right, Jack, to give us a welcome address and share with us why he feels this is the right time to hand over the baton to the new CEO, Marcus. All right, Jack, would you like to say something?
Okay, thank you, John. Okay, I believe that you all have read the announcement on the 28th of June by APAC Realty. So our current, this Chief Operating Officer Marcus Chu will be promoted to Chief Executive Officer, and Marcus will lead the management team and will be responsible for the implementation and reviewing the business directions and also for the group. And for myself, I will remain as Executive Chairman of APAC Realty. Of course, I will continue to charge the directions and business planning and development of the group. And in this regard, I will continue to have the overall executive responsibility for the group business. A lot of people ask me, why is it we do so? So there are two main reasons behind this move. First, the industry continue to call for company to enhance our level of corporate governance and to be more professional. The speeding of this role will ensure that there is appropriate balance of power and authority at the board level. So this will enhance our APAC Realty corporate governance. And this will allow the effective oversight by the board in the best interest of the company and all our shareholders. Secondly, and I feel that is the most important, over the year, we have been actively engaging the board in discussion on talent development. That's the most important because we want talent development and also succession planning. Okay, even at this level, the CEO level, at the head level, or at the associate level. This will ensure the long-term sustainable growth and value creation for the company. So of this fund, I'm delighted with this Marcus appointment. I mean, Marcus has been with the group for a long time. and he played a critical role in the group growth and achievement over the 25 years periods. I mean, he has a commendable track record, and we are confident that he has the right attribute to advance our growth plan. And I know Marcus for a long, long time. He was our top achiever before, and he knows the needs of our sales associate as well as our customer. And if you can recall, in our created ULWC, Ultimate Leadership Warrior Camp, I really can see his commitment. He stayed back so late to pass on the love and the knowledge to all our associates. That's why I'm confident that he's able to lead our company to another new height. So I pass back to the MC.
Wow, Jack. Okay, Jack a bit play cheat, because I asked him not to prepare the script so that we can actually grill him. But I think he spent the weekend preparing the answers. That's very good. Thank you, Jack, very much. Well, I know you have been pondering on this question for a very long time. Maybe one last question so that I can catch you by surprise. All right, Jack. So now tell us, this is not in the script, I know. How relieved are you right now?
I'm now at home.
So from the scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, I think we still have to continue to grow the company. So being the executive chairman, I still want to work with the team to bring everyone, to let Marcus lead the management team and bring everyone to a newer height.
All right, thank you, Jack. You see, Jack is always prepared, He is always speaking from the heart. So that's what we appreciate a lot. And this is something that we wish all the best for Jack. He can spend more time in charting the direction and also to lead the whole entire management team to achieve greater heights. All right, now, guys, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that everyone is waiting for, let's invite the man of the moment to share with us his first CEO inaugural address, all right? So make sure you take a lot of photos, guys, to ERA, right? Marcus, over to you.
Thank you, John. Jack, thank you very much for that introduction. And I would like to express my gratitude and appreciations to you, particularly you, Jack, for all your mentorship and trust and support over the so many years. Actually, to me, you are the CEO of ERA from day one that I've joined in 1996, back then in ERA. I recall that you are the president of ERA Singapore. So it's not CEO, and that was only CEO in 2013. Yeah, when the new ERA formed up. Well, to me, you are actually the CEO since day one when I joined in 1996. Yeah, and it is truly my honor and my privilege to be working under your wings. And I would say that it's not just working under your wings, it's also to learn from you. If you ask me what are the 3 things that I've learned from you, maybe I'd like to share with all my friends here. Okay, it's your iconic smile. Look at that smile. That is the iconic smile. You see, now I'm also learning from you, that iconic smile. Okay, the second thing that I learned from you is our core values, integrity. All right, something great about you is not just about how smart you are, how well spoken you are. It's about something that is inside, and that is your integrity. And I really appreciate your truthfulness to us and the amount of sacrificial that you have made for us, particularly the junior staff, okay, and also our team leaders who have benefited from your leadership. All right, something great that I've learned from you, okay, especially during the listing process where you selflessly give away your own money to help our junior staff to acquire shares into ERA, and also specially instructed the senior management team, including myself and the rest of the management team, not to participate in placements during the IPO. Well, I can understand where you're coming from. Your objective is to value add our people, which is particularly the junior staff and also our team leaders. So I would like to also give special thanks and gratitude to the board of directors who also have given me the trust, okay, to do this job. And it's quite a big work that I have to do because you have given me a big shoe to fill in, Jack. Okay, next, of course, to all the senior management team, and all you guys are awesome. You know, without your innovative ideas and creativity, we won't be where we are today. So senior management team, of course, people like Doris, all right, Eugene, our CFO, Chi Yong, okay, and all the rest of the head of departments, and also our new teammates, Thomas, who has just joined us. Okay, and I look forward working with you, Thomas. And to all the senior management team, I have a heartfelt thank you for all of you. And to all my team leaders, the divisions director, and all the managers and associates in ERA, without all you guys' trust and support, ERA won't be where we are today, and we will continue to propel high, okay, with our effort together. And I look forward to continue this effort of bringing ERA to greater heights. Of course, not forgetting our clients and also our value developers. Your support is so invaluable to all of us. And finally, to appreciations to my families. And they are, of course, the greatest support of my career.
All right, thank you, Marcus, for sharing. All right, guys, if you are still you're online watching, this is the historical moment of ERA. You know, our new CEO giving the inaugural address. All right, so thank you, Marcus, for sharing. Well, you are the most driven leader. I have the privilege to work with, Marcus. I can't wait to see all the new changes and all that you will bring, how you can bring us to greater heights. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, you know, is our first inaugural innovation meeting, right, where Marcus rallied all the senior management and also the key HOD to share with us, you know, all the innovative ideas that we have to help propel ERA forward. So stay tuned for more information, for more announcements. In fact, just this week, later this week, we have another new announcement to make, but I'll keep it as a teaser. So if you want to know what's going to happen, you have to watch the whole entire video, all right? Don't chow. Okay, now, next, I'm sure our developers and partners in project launches are very keen to hear from her, right? Let's turn our eyes to our also very beloved COO of project marketing, Doris, as she shares with us more. All right, Doris, over to you.
Thanks, John. Hi, everyone. First of all, congratulations to Marcus on your new role as our CEO. Looking forward to your leadership. I think in every organization, there has to be a sustainability plan and a succession plan. And we have been talking about this for a while. And I think Jack has brought it up to us, and internally we have discussed. And we have to choose our own leaders, and we have consensus that Marcus should be our new CEO and our next leader to drive ERA to greater heights. Marcus, looking forward to your leadership. John was asking me to share something about Marcus. Marcus is always full of energy. You know, he do a lot of exercise, cycling, hiking, running, you know, and I think this energy has also influenced and rubbed on us to have the energy level to run our next lap. Okay, and I think what Marcus has done is also drive technology strategic planning in ERA, and he is the man behind the drive of technology, the digital transformation of ERA, and which is a very essential part of our business as well. We have to be ahead of time, and technology has saved a lot of our time as well. So I think this morning we have meeting, and there's more to come on technology, so stay tuned on it. And I think I'm very appreciative of what Marcus has done. I think we have been working very closely for the past 7 years or so even though Marcus has been working in, I mean, as in ERA for 20 over years, but it's the last 7 years that we have been working closely on senior management level. And we have very open sharing, and we come from a bit different background. He's more sales background, I a bit more corporate. So there's a lot of things that we share, and he can see things in a sales perspective, which sometimes I didn't, but I think over the past 7 years, I have polished up a lot as well. So I think this will help us in getting our market share for ERA as a whole. And I think this is good for us. And I will continue to focus on project marketing to gain market share for ERA. I think fundamentally my role is to come up with new initiative, new tools to better equip our people in terms of doing project sales. And I think fundamentally what I want to do is to facilitate you to do more project sales, to each of you to grow your business, and to grow your team as well. And this year we have come up with quite a few initiatives already. We want to make project sales not only just growing your business, but making it fun for you, making it challenging for you. We have this Watch Me Win. You know, there are 3 watches to be won this year for any ERA project sales that you do. And recently we also came out with a Watch Me Win in Normanton Park. So stay tuned for more details on all these exciting things that we are coming out from projects. Over to you, John.
All right, thank you, Doris, for your sharing and updates. All right. Well, before I continue on, guys, we have already achieved more than 100 comments. Please continue to do so. Continue to send your love. We always believe in all the one ERA spirit, sending all the good vibes, good energy for the company. All right. And also, I think you don't forget to share. When you share on your wall, then more people will see it and hear it, and then they will be part of it as well. All right. Okay. So now, you know, Doris is one of the most hardworking and caring leaders that I've worked with. In fact, even our team, the comms team, has also personally benefited from her little gesture of appreciation. I remember the mega show that we just concluded last month. You know, some of us received some special cake from her. So this is someone that, you know, even though we don't report to her directly, she's always showing care and concern to us. So we sincerely appreciate that, Doris. I mean, ERA is great to have you around. And so this is something that I hope more agents got to see, that we have a very caring team. We have a great leadership. And, you know, this, I can't wait to see more successes, all right, that will to come for ERA. So next, I'm sure a lot of our teammates are wondering right now. We already announced Thomas as join us from to ERA. In fact, this morning I just found out that he actually graduated from ERA, right? So he actually graduated from ERA. He's our alumni, and right now I think we can call him as a homecoming. So we will do a campaign about homecoming. that he will be surprised, because Thomas, you might not know yet, all the leaders that come to ERA will have a very special package from us that we will make sure that he feel good coming back. So all those who are watching out there, you want to know about welcome package, almost welcome from ERA, you can come to talk to our leaders, and we'll see how we can make you feel good. All right. So, and of course, to our own teammates, I believe that you have heard about his reputation in training. So how our iconic Ultimate Agent training is going to get even better. Let's turn our eyes to the COO of agency business, Thomas, as he shares with us more. Thomas, over to you.
Very good morning to everyone who is joining us live here. A very good morning to all of you. Can I just request all of you, those of you who know me personally, who know me where we co-broke, who knows me when you attended my lesson or CPD program or RES classes, can I just ask you guys to say a hi on Facebook? Yeah, if I'm a familiar face to you, please say hi so that we can reconnect if you like, now that we are all under the same One ERA family. So a very warm welcome to all of you who just joined us. And of course, the very first thing I want to do is to congratulate Marcus on his appointment as the CEO. Congratulations, Marcus. And of course, I also want to thank Jack for his contributions. And Jack, don't feel that you are retired now. You still must do a lot of things. Yeah, so we hope to see both the leadership team come together with our ideas, and we will be able to propel ERA to a different height from what it is today. Okay, and if you are wondering, hi, I can see many of you are saying hi. Yes, and of course, a very good morning to all our leaders in the ERA itself, and of course our teammates. Okay, thank you for the warm welcome. I can sense the warmth already through the comments. All right, so a very good morning to all of you again. If you are wondering what I do, I'm going to assist Marcus in terms of the agency business. So if you are thinking of becoming an ERA agent, or you're already an ERA agent, welcome. And if you're thinking of switching career to come on board, you are also absolutely welcome to discuss with us. What I'm very good at is training. Okay, so whether it's academically, whether it is in terms of delivery, those of you who attended my lesson, I hope you guys have taken home quite a fair bit of knowledge, as well as build up your skill set. What I hope to propel us to a greater height would be using training as a platform to help you garner and increase, okay, your knowledge and your skill set, so that when you go out and connect with your customer itself, the customer can sense that you are very knowledgeable, because knowledge will actually gives you lots of skills. And with that skills itself, and with our ERA training itself, which I will spend some time looking into it, and really see how we can increase your net worth towards your client in terms of you value adding, in terms of you reaching out to your clients. And very importantly, we know that today itself, your clients are more knowledgeable as well. Your clients are also more tech savvy. So these are the two things we want. We want to increase your knowledge, because if you don't increase your knowledge, your clients feel that, hey, I know as much as you, then why do I need an agent? So therefore, our knowledge base have to increase. Okay, and by increasing that, you will be able to stand out as a professional and a trusted advisor to your client. And of course, one of the tools that we will be embarking on and to use very, very frequently will be digital tools. So you can already have a sense. It's only my first week here. You can already have a sense that we have so much tools available, so many tools available for you to use digitally. Okay, and that will help you, right, be able for us to deliver our content to you, whether it's through Zoom trainings, whether it's through face-to-face training. But we really want to propel you to greater heights. Okay, through you increasing your knowledge and your skill sets. So that's generally, if you ask me, how we can bring ourselves and the company into a greater height. So leaders, those of you who are in leadership position, if you have got ideas, please come forward, talk to me. Yeah, we invite you to come forward. Your information, your feedback on the ground is so important. Okay, in fact, I open this up to all our teammates. Okay, if you have got brilliant ideas, please don't keep it to yourself. Come forward, see how we can benefit the rest of the company. We really invite such feedbacks from you. Okay, the management team really want to work with you so that we can really propel ourselves to greater heights in the coming future. So thank you very much for your warm welcome again. You can look forward to our contributions to help you, to propel you to a different level, so that your customer can feel that, hey, it will be a different experience dealing with an ERA agent. Okay, and therefore we encourage all of you to come forward and please work with us. Please, I appeal, please work with us so that we can provide better services to our teammates all in ERA. Thank you very much for your attention. Yeah, John, I'll pass it back to you.
All right, thank you, Thomas, for your sharing. All right, guys, you can hear from him right now, firsthand, up close, and you can see how steady he is as a leader in our company. All right, in fact, if you go to his LinkedIn, he was even the president of the SEAA, right? In fact, under his tenure, if you remember some of the agents, right, you guys got the awards from SEAA, remember? All right, maybe Thomas, all right, this is something impromptu. Maybe I give you a chance to shout out to get our ERA teammates, the time deadline when to submit the awards for this year. Maybe you can give a quick shout out.
Okay.
What to look out for?
Okay, sure. I didn't know I had the platform to talk to our ERA agents for association work. I've been the president of Singapore Estate Agents Association from 2017 all the way to 2021. Okay, so in these 4 years itself, we have grown our membership from 0 to approximately 5,000, just slightly over 5,000 over a period of 4 years, which I think is a remarkable feat in terms of association. So some of you will be wondering, why association? Because association stands for the voice of the industry. So if for the awards, one of the key initiative that we did in the last couple of years, this is a second round. First time we did the award was last year, okay, during the COVID year. So what happened is we felt that all of us have already received, and many of us are achievers in our own respective companies, right? Whether you come from ERA or any other company. But what we try to elevate the professionalism, try to elevate the branding of you yourself, we try to give you an industry award. And this industry award, incidentally, if you go and check, is actually published on your public register on CEA's website. So that means if I go and check Thomas Tan, the agent itself, the award will actually appear. And this will give you branding when you go and talk to customer, right? That you're not just awarded simply because of performance in the company, but above that, the industry recognize you as a industry award winner. Then this gives you stronger personal branding when you go and talk to customer, because it's given by an association from the real estate industry. So the closing date, I didn't know I can sell Koyok here. The closing date is 15th of July. We have extended it for a couple of weeks. By right, it should have ended on 30th of June, but we have extended it for 15th, just so that we can get as many teammates. Please come forward and do it so that you can brand yourself, okay? Beyond what your personal achievements are in your company, you can also brand yourself as an industry level award itself. So thank you, John, for the.
All right, thank you, Thomas. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so you heard from Thomas, the cutoff deadline is 15th of July. Please make sure you submit all your awards, and hopefully you win. All right. Now, finally, shall we invite our KEO, who will be the moderator of our management dialogue session later? And let's hear a few words from him now. Eugene, over to you.
Hi, very good morning, everyone. And firstly, congratulations, Marcus, on your appointment as our CEO. Your appointment is not a top-down appointment. It is a consensus amongst the management team that you are the best person to take up this role. And the management team has worked together closely over the last 7 years since our restructuring into the new ERA. And through these 7 years, I think we have come to, amongst the management team, we have worked together. We have also have voiced our differences. We also debated over the issues. We have worked together to solve problems. I think we can see that you have both the drive as well as the experience, because you come from a sales background. And the core business of ERA is predominantly sales. We are not a consultancy firm. So our playbox is real estate agency business. And coming from sales background, from all the way to management, I think you understand all the necessary requirement, whether it's a salesperson requirement, a team leader requirement, or a division leader requirement, all the way up to management steering the ship. This is a very big ship. It's a big aircraft carrier, and how we deploy and how we move our forces is extremely important. So we have now a leader who has brought all the way experience at all levels. Before I talk further about my working experience with Marcus, I want to thank Jack personally, because Jack is the one who brought me into this organization 30 years ago. I remember Jack, and he came to NUS, and it's during the recruitment time that they were actually recruiting staff to join ERA. So just to let some I think Doris did not touch on this point, but Doris and I were recruited by Jack, and we actually walked through the door together on 2nd of May 1991 to join ERA. So Doris and I also go way back, and we have actually known each other since varsity days. So I spent another 4 years prior to 30. I've known Doris for 34 years. All right, and we go that far back. So yes. So thank you, Jack, for all the opportunities over these years, and thank you for the trust in me. I'm getting a bit emotional. So yeah, never knew this would happen to me.
Thank you,
I also
Eugene.
have to thank Jack. I think we are brought into this industry, especially the agency business. Our time, Eugene and my time, most of us go into consultancy. I supposedly to do valuation as well. And Jack brought us to this business, and I have been with ERA since then. And ERA has given me a very good platform to grow in my career as well as my wealth. So thank you, Jack. Yeah.
Okay, so now back to talking about Marcus. Marcus and I, though we have worked together professionally for the last 7 years, in fact, much of the thing I know about Marcus was through our casual golf games. We play golf on and off basis whenever we have time. And it's not frequent, but it is whenever we can. So when you play golf with someone, you actually spend over 4 hours together, uninterrupted, on a golf course. And is some people say it's a waste of time, but I can tell you, a golf game is the best way to know the other person and to know his style and his pattern. And I can tell you this, when Marcus is competitive, it is very, very hard to beat him. It's very, very hard to beat him. We play for, it's a social game, but we play for a simple thing like lunch. And when Marcus has his game face on, it is very, very difficult to play with him. And it is always, he's very focused. Okay, from where from play, I understand how his mind function. He's result oriented. All right, he's result oriented. He has a goal in mind. He's not saying I'm out to beat Eugene, no, but he sets a goal. I'm going to beat Eugene by how many strokes, and he executes it on the golf course. So there lies the very important point going forward, which is part of our vision mission. Result oriented. We have to set a goal and we work towards this goal. So with that, you can focus, you can set your task and your strategy to it. The other thing, all right, that I learned from Marcus is value creation. Always ask this question: what can I do that will make a difference? What can I do that will make a difference? And as I get to know him more, I put this into practice. And you find that if you put your mind to just focusing on creating value, you actually take away a lot of the noise that disrupts your everyday focus. Because your noise is, the everyday noise that disturbs you is, I don't like this person. This person is irritating. Wow, this thing happened again. No, blah, blah, blah. All these are noise. But if you focus your attention on creating value, what can I do that will make a difference for my client? What can I do that will make a difference for my team member? What can I do that will make a difference for my company? Your whole perspective will change. And, that's how you build, right? That's how you build. So the last thing is, I think the journey ahead is going to be challenging, okay? It's going to be transformational, okay? That's why we use the word evolutionary, all right? It's gonna evolution. Digitalization will play a big role going forward. Digitalization is extremely important. It is what the government is driving. It is what we're going to talk about in the near future about things to come. And I think all teammates, prepare to embrace digitalization, which will go in a very, very big way. So last thing Marcus told me, and he has always been telling me, because my role is in compliance and legal, and I'm always defender. I'm always a defender, trying to defend you guys, trying to defend the company. He says, stop playing defending. You have to play attack role now. All right, you have to play the attack role now. So we are going to change our football to attacking football. And I can tell you this, we have now a very good playmaker, and that playmaker is Marcus. So let's all focus our attention and play. And we're going to play attacking football now. So back to you, John. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Eugene. Wow, I'm totally surprised. I'm also a bit watery in my eyes right now. This is the first time I see Eugene being so emotional because every time as his role, he needs to be very firm, right? In fact, like what I can sum up in one word, we are always a winner and we will always want to win the game. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are struggling in your career, looking for a better place for you to excel in your career, really look forward to join ERA, because with Marcus around, you will make sure that there's only one trajectory, which is upward trajectory in your career. All right. So that's a wrap for the first segment of this Facebook live session, but we are not done yet. It's only about 50% in only, all right? Because next we will be broadcasting the highlights of the official CEO appointment ceremony, as well as the all-new ERA with CEO Marcus Chu dialogue session. So what you have heard just now is just a snippets of what you'll be seeing in the next 30 to 40 minutes. So make sure all you ERA teammates continue to like, comment, and share this Facebook live session as we catch up on what you have missed last week. Stay tuned, all right? Hazelyn, over to you.
A very good afternoon, everyone. We are here today for the official CEO appointment ceremony, where our current Chief Operating Officer, Marcus Chu, will be appointed as the new CEO of ERA Singapore. Prior to his current role as COO, Marcus had amassed extensive experience in real estate sales and team building. He first joined ERA Singapore in 1996 and achieved stellar results by clinching top achiever positions locally and internationally. With over 2 decades of real estate experience under his belt, he has been steadfast in driving operational efficiency across the organization, rejuvenating the sales teams, innovating products, and enhancing service levels to ensure that the business delivers on the ERA brand promise of service excellence. And as CEO, which will commence on the 1st of July, he will be taking over the helm of the Singapore headquarters and overseeing the business operations as well as day-to-day management of ERA Singapore. Meanwhile, CEO Jack Chua will continue to provide strategic leadership and have overall executive responsibility for ERA Singapore's business as executive chairman, where his responsibilities include driving expansion and opportunities in the region. The separation of the chairman and chief executive officer roles will enhance APAC Realty's corporate governance, allowing for effective oversight by the board of directors of the business in the best interest of the company and its shareholders. On stage with him are Executive Chairman of APAC Realty and current CEO Jack Chua, COO of Project Marketing Doris Ong, new COO of Agency Business Thomas Tan, Key Executive Officer Eugene Lim, and Chief Finance Officer Po Chi Yong. We will now proceed with the signing ceremony. Thank you, senior management. Please remain on stage for the photo opportunity. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to the new CEO of ERA Singapore, Marcus Chu, for his appointment. Earlier today, we have witnessed a momentous occasion, the appointment of ERA Singapore's new CEO. We We will now commence a dialogue session on the topic entitled, What Can We Do to Make a Difference? Seated on stage currently at the center, we have our new CEO Marcus Chu, and on his right, Executive Chairman of APAC Realty and former CEO Jack Chua, followed by the new COO of Agency Business Thomas Tan. On CEO Marcus's left, we have COO of Project Marketing Doris Ong and Key Executive Officer Eugene Lim, who will be moderating the dialogue session. Let's give them our undivided attention as we hear more about the direction we can expect to move towards too. Senior management, the stage is yours.
Right. Thank you everyone for joining us today for our dialogue session. And Marcus, congratulations on your new role as the CEO of ERA Singapore.
Thank you, Eugene.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Naturally, there's a lot of expectations for the role of a CEO. And in fact, especially if I have to live up to the standards that's already set by my predecessor, Mr. Jack Chua. And he has given me a big shoe to fill in. And I believe there is many things that we can do to make ERA a greater home for all our teammates and also the brands for consumer to entrust on their real estate journey. And I'm very grateful for Mr. Jack Chua and the senior management and also the board of directors for their trust upon me to propel ERA to greater heights. And of course, I love to take this challenge.
That's great. I mean, we have a new CEO, but actually most of us have been working together for many years. So it's a natural, it's all well that Marcus has stepped up to take up this position. Jack, you were instrumental to leading us to becoming the leading real estate agency in Asia. A lot of people are probably wondering, what's next? Are you going to leave the company or will you still be involved in the company's business?
Okay, I will remain as executive chairman of the company and of course will continue to charge directions, business planning, and also development of the group APAC Realty. Okay, in this regard, I'll continue to have overall executive responsibility for the group directions. I mean, there are two reasons why we make this move. Okay, first, the industry continue to call for the company to enhance level of corporate governance. So the speeding of the role of executive chairman and chief executive officer, okay, is to comply with this corporate governance. Second, over the year, we have been very active engaging the board in discussion on talent development, and successor planning. So in this regard, this will ensure our long-term sustainability growth and also value creation of the company. So Marcus will be the most suitable candidate to take over the role as Chief Executive Officer.
Right, that's great. So actually it's a separation of the role of previously that Jack held two roles, right? One as the executive chairman and the other one is the CEO. So this is actually an enhancement of our corporate governance in the step forward. Doris, you are for many years the only female in our management team. You have been working closely, as I mentioned earlier, we have been all working closely together, and especially so with Jack and Marcus. Do you find it challenging to work now that it's an all-male team? And what are your thoughts on the change going forward?
Actually, Eugene, this is the first time this question is posed about a female in the team.
Yeah, it's never occurred
to us. Yes, never occurred to us. I think I have a very close working relationship with Jack and Marcus and yourself. I think we have come a long way.
Yes.
And I think we have, being a female in the senior management team, I provide a different perspective in the decision-making process. And I think we have very open discussion over the years in terms of our decision making, and a lot of new initiatives has incorporated my perspective, and we have rolled out many new initiatives for the company and for our teammates. So which I thought is a good different element. And talking about the change, I think as Jack has mentioned, in all organizations, you need to have business sustainability plan. You need to have a succession plan. And I think we have been talking about it for a while already. And we have to choose our own leaders. And I think all of us have consensus that the next leader will be Marcus. Yeah. And we will support Marcus to bring ERA to greater heights.
Thank you, Doris.
Yeah.
That's right. So while there's a change in CEO, I think all of us are actually quite used to working with one another.
Yes.
And there's already a very good synergy amongst all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. And so right now, we're actually quite excited to move forward as Marcus takes the helm for ERA Singapore. And just a side note for those of you who really don't know, Doris and I went through 4 years of university together. And, you know, she's my classmate in the university.
Same tutorial group.
Same tutorial group. And we actually joined ERA together 30 years ago. Right. This is our 30th anniversary.
I think I found a photo of us
Yeah.
while graduating with our motorboard. Next time I show you.
Yeah, so we go way back. Right, and Doris and I, we have known each other for so long.
Besides being classmates into the real estate industry, into ERA, and all of us has been transformed one way or the other. And currently, CEA is driving the industry transformations. Well, as a matter of fact, as a KEO of the company, maybe it's good for you, Eugene, to share about what are ERA plans in this transformation process.
Right, indeed. As Marcus rightly pointed out, the next phase that Singapore government is actually driving is the digitalization of the real estate industry. In fact, there is already a digital transformation roadmap, which is slowly, piece by piece, being put into reality. Going forward, many of the things that we do will be via the digital channel. So right now we are still using wet ink signatures for things like the option to purchase, for the sale and purchase agreement and stuff like that. But going forward in the very near future, we would probably expect things like these to go digital. That means there will be digital signing of all documents and real estate transaction from start to finish, from all the way from the time the deal is struck all the way to the completion will be via digital. So in the near future, in the very near future, in fact, this would probably materialize. Which then comes to the next very important step is how are we going to prepare? So one of the main challenges and one of the main tasks that the new management set forth to do is to actually prepare our over 8,000 salespersons to embrace the digital culture of how we are going to step forth and work with the system, not against the system. So the good thing is myself, I sit in the CEA's Professional Development, PDC, Professional Development Council. And as a member of the PTC, which actually oversees the professional development of salespersons in Singapore, we are able to have advanced information on how things will gradually pan out. So in a way, while I cannot say everything because of the certain confidentiality, but in a way, we can see things that will be coming forth and we can actually prepare for it. So as we move forward, I will be definitely working closely with Marcus, Doris, and of course our new COO, Thomas, all right, to how to put forth all this into training and preparation, so that when the time comes, we can transit into the system quite easily. which now brings me to the next point, and I have to welcome an old friend of mine, Thomas. Thomas and I actually, we know each other professionally for many years. He also sits in the CEA. He's in the main council, and he's also a member of the disciplinary board. So you don't want to see him in CEA as a disciplinary board member. That would mean that you're in trouble, right? So welcome, Thomas. Welcome to ERA. You are probably been asked these questions many times. And let me ask you again, why did you choose to join us?
Okay, thank you, Eugene, for the question. And of course, congratulations again to Marcus, who has become our new CEO. And of course, Jack, who will continue to guide us and strategize together with us. And of course, Doris, who's taking care very well of our projects team. For me personally, if you look at whether you are in a relationship, whether personally, a marriage, or in an organization like ERA and all that, it always takes two hands to clap. So when you look, how I have chosen ERA is because of this very strong link in terms of the core value. So if you look at the core value of what ERA represents, then you tie it up and you align your own core value. If your core values are actually aligned, I think it's quite an easy decision to make when you go into a relationship, whether professionally or personally. So if you look, ERA all these years, my impression of ERA is this. Of course, I've co-broke with ERA agents before. That's in my sales life as a RES. Then you will notice that the unity, the passion of the agents. So what I perceive for a growing organization is, if you can imagine, if all of you can imagine with me, like a tree. A tree has got branches. A tree has got lush greens, okay, the leaves. And the tree has a very solid trunk. And of course, the trees cannot stand properly if it does not have deep roots, right? So this one, if you can imagine a tree with me, then you can see that with the passion is like the leaves, okay? And how can the leaves grow and the branches grow is with innovation. So you have the passion to do real estate, you grow as a company to become lush greenery, the canopy of the tree itself. Then I think this one demonstrates the passion for the real estate industry, as well as the lushness, okay, the greenery itself. So when you see this passion and when you see this innovation, you grow very fast, the leaves. But it cannot continue to grow if you don't have a very solid trunk, isn't it? That's where unity comes in, right? All of you must operate in the same direction. Then you can transfer the nutrients from the ground all the way to the leaves. Then we come to the very solid one, which goes down to the core value, which I personally believe is the integrity as well as gratitude. So this one I think forms the roots. Integrity, because all of us need to know that we must do the right thing at the right time. No compromise on that, okay? And of course, if you compromise, you'll probably see me at the disciplinary committee. So I hope that doesn't happen. Then of course, with gratitude, with the gratitude, we can put together unity very fast. Because if you are gracious in your approach to any relationship, you know what you want, you know when you love something, you will actually put forth, okay? And you will pay it forward, okay? So these are things that I think forms the core of what I believe in. And incidentally, if you notice, what I've just articulated is the 5 core value of ERA. So I think the core value are quite aligned. And if the core value are aligned, then when Marcus had a conversation with me, he was sharing with me what he wanted to do with the ERA and all that. And then I study ERA as an organization. I think the decision to come on board is quite an easy one, okay, when the core values are aligned. So that's how I'm here, like that. And of course, I like red. Okay.
Yeah, and I always tell Thomas that he looks better in red than any other color. So, Jack, we're back to you.
Okay.
What is the biggest challenge you have encountered throughout these years in the real estate industry? And what's the best leadership secret that you have ever learned?
I think everyone knows that ERA started about 40 years ago. I think the time the real estate industry in Singapore was far from what it was today. It's totally different. That's why we start with a company with a lot of innovation. I mean, take for example, exclusive authorization to sell, open houses. All these are innovated from ERA and applied to the whole industry. So moving forward, I believe that Marcus should be able to drive this innovation and reinvent the company and bring more income and business to our associate as well as our business. Secret. Okay, I believe that for myself, my secret is to be a leader, I must be a good listener. So I can listen to what are the feedback and come up with follow-up actions. With Marcus was a top achiever before. So he really know what a salesperson wants. So I believe that he really able to bring the company to a greater height.
That's right. So, Marcus, back to you. You're all ready to bring us to greater heights as our new CEO. How do you know real estate is your calling, and what keeps you going all through all these years?
Well, if you ask me, well, how do I get my calling about real estate, it started all the way back in the early 90s when I start to follow the footsteps of my seniors in my previous career and into real estate investment. And that is back in 1992. So as a young gun venturing into buying new home sales, I walk into the developer office, okay, to book remaining units of existing project. And that is the property Chiltern Park from First Capital Corporations. And there's no need of going through an agent. It is buying direct from the developer. Well, 2 years later, I actually venture into buying resale condos, and that is in Eastern Lagoon too. And 1994, I bought a studio apartment, okay, from an agent who actually co-broke with ERA agents and also other agency agents before getting the choice unit that I purchased. So from that experience that I have with the agents, I discovered that it is always during this milestone of an individual, the agent service is needed. And it is so valuable because the agent service is able to provide a solution to a person in the milestone of his life, be it buying his first property or upgrading from his property. This service is invaluable. So I discovered that there is a wonderful service that can be a career should I choose to be a real estate salesperson. So that was a calling then, that I can be like one of the agents who just served me. So I entered the real estate industry in 1996. And my calling during then is to be the best salesperson that I can be if I have decided to make this as my full-time career. So that was my aim and my calling, okay, back in 96. So I become a real estate top agent in ERA and also in international back in 1999. Subsequently, I went into team building and also people development. So that's the time when I realized that being a real estate salesperson, I can multiply the business model and the business systems to more like-minded realtorpreneur. And by doing so, I'm able to enjoy the satisfaction of molding another person to do equally or even better than what I've done. So that was the calling of team building and also go into management. So it all started in the early 2000s, and that is like the last 20 years I have been doing people development and also team building. So it has been a long way back. I think that calling came about is because I think there is a important role a salesperson can enrich the clients, and also at the same time to build models and clones of himself in being a realtorpreneur. Yeah.
That's right. So indeed, we are seeing all the more than 25 years of Marcus's passion in the real estate industry, he's pouring his experience as his passion to embrace the new role that he has with us. Now, I want to add on to what Marcus brought up just now, was that some salespersons, they are quite afraid of the digitalization journey. They have this somewhat funny thinking that the government is out to replace the real estate agent, take away their rice bowl, to replace the real estate agent with the digitalization process, that you do not need to have agents anymore. I think that is wrong thinking. In fact, I can tell you that the entire system that is being designed is to complement the role that we have, is to make the very laborious administration work that we all go through after closing every deal to be more streamlined and to be more straightforward. So can you imagine in the near future, your back-end process is more or less automated, and you don't have to worry about keeping the deadlines, chasing people for signatures, getting things organized, because everything will be organized for you with the system. So it is actually an add-on to the role that we do. And that role that we do as an integrator to bring the seller, the buyer, the landlord, the tenant together can never be replaced, because that is a personalized service, and no two deals are the same. I think Marcus will tell you no two transactions will be exactly the same. Everyone has their own different needs and requirements. So for those who are out there still very afraid of the digitalization process, I would say don't be. It is actually an enhancement to the things that is to come. So
over the years, the way real estate business is done by an agent has evolved. Well, I would say in the past we started off as agent in the mid-90s. We don't have the convenience of what agents have now, okay, such as an applications that helps you to arrange for virtual viewings of the properties, okay, during this pandemic time. And we have also gone through pandemic times like SARS and H1N1, but we did not go through that technology of using virtual viewings and so on. And there is possibly a higher risk during the past. But right now, with all these things that is facilitated by technology, it makes us, it brings us in an environment that is safer and at the same time more effective. That brings me to the visions that I have for ERA. In fact, the current visions of ERA is to be the agency of choice for real estate consumer and also salesperson. Now, in my view, over the many years, we have been striving to achieve that. And many of us know that whatever we do, just remember, we make ERA the agency of choice for consumer and real estate salesperson. But tech and digital have actually evolutionized the whole industry. And I believe the step to move forward is to be the leading real estate agency in Asia Pacific that will use evolutionary tools to enrich the experience of consumer and also make real estate salesperson more efficient. So that is the vision of ERA. And we will strive to achieve, to be the agencies that able to fulfill this.
That's great. So we actually have a lot of work to do moving forward. And I can tell you that we are putting together ambitious plans, big plans.
Yes.
To put things, structure, hardware, software, training, everything in place to gel the entire company together, to streamline the entire transaction experience from start to finish. I think we are looking forward to extremely exciting times ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have to remember that we are not just service provider, we are solution provider. And ERA should be the agency of choice to provide the solutions and service to clients.
That's right. Doris, projects has always been an integral part of ERA's business, and it is actually one of our core businesses. How do you align the team with our company's goals? I mean, you basically run a very big team that's instrumental to clinching all the projects that we are marketing.
I think projects has come a long way. You and me know that in the earlier years, in the 1990s, the projects are actually handled by the consultancy firm. All right, I think in 1998, I remember we managed to clean Capitaland's Mayfair Garden, and we changed the whole way project is being run, the business model, where we provide personalized service to the client. And that's where we venture into project business. And to date, in fact, all the listed property developers in Singapore, as well as the family-run real estate developers, are our client. And I think over the past 20 or so years, we are always very agile and flexible to change or fine-tune our business model to fit the very dynamic real estate market. All right, and I think our core value is always there. We are always result-oriented. Okay, and we always provide a platform for our people to grow and to learn and to grow their business and make more money as well. So these are something that we have always stick to our core value. And we are, I think now that we are moving into the digital world, we have also adopt and create a lot of digital tools, new tools, to facilitate our agents as well. You know, we have come out with the project property web, personal web. We have our ERA Pro. We come out with a virtual tour, especially during the pandemic. We were the first to assemble all the tours so that our people can continue to do business with their clients. So this is something that we have embraced. I think fundamentally, we want to make it we want to make it a very nice experience for our clients when they deal with ERA, Trusted Advisor, as well as making it very easy for our people to sell projects. So we have all this technology to facilitate them. Yeah.
Thomas.
Yes.
I'm going to, Thomas and I, we know each other professionally first when we serve. Both of us serve with CEA on the council, and we also work together in the various work groups. That's how I got to know Thomas. But all this while that I know Thomas, I know his forte has always been training and development. That's his forte, you know. And I'm going to ask you, how do you plan as the new person coming on board and coming in from outside of ERA? How do you plan to propel us forward as we embrace the challenging future together as a team?
Okay, I think first off, if you realize that when CEA came into our industry in 2010, over the past 10, 11 years or so, we have been focusing on two main things. One is to look at the consumers, making the consumers' rights heard. Number two is to professionalize the real estate salesperson, the industry itself. So when I was in training itself, my main core for the past since CA started, I've been training RES courses, and under my belt, if you want to know, it's about 11,000 students. So what happened is I realized that the consumers, when the agents to be and the consumers that I interact with, when we realize that when I interact with them, my realization is this: they are becoming more and more tech savvy. So when they become tech savvy, and if the agents don't catch up with tools and innovation, I think we will lose out in the race to be able to service our client. And this goes back to my earlier point I was trying to make. When we have the core value of ERA come together, actually is to culminate into this thing called trust. How do we build trust among the consumers, among the agents who are our team members, and of course among ourselves when we work together? So how do you build trust? If you do not have integrity, it's hard to build trust. If you do not have competence, it's hard to build trust. So integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching. So that's basically how I would describe integrity itself. And competence is where I come in. So competence is where you can train. We can give you a lot of professional knowledge. If you want to be my vision for the training side is this. If you want to be a HDB agent, for example, then we will train you hard on HDB, how to become the best HDB agent there is. If you want to take the route of a GCB, then we'll train you to become a GCB agent. And if you choose to build a team, you want to coach new members, new team members, then we will have provisions for you to be able to achieve that. So my vision is to look at the training program, what we have existingly, maybe give it a refresher. Maybe we add on some, like when you cook a dish, you can always add on other ingredients to make it tastier, to make it more appealing to people, to our agents especially, so that you'll be able, with the tools that we have, the innovations that we create, the agents can take these tools and raise their own competence. That's through training. That's the digital front. And once they raise their competence, you will know when the agent goes into the street itself, they will know exactly what are the do's and the don'ts. They have very clear demarcation of what they can do, what they can't do. This is when we raise the competence of the agent. Then, of course, the integrity part, we really have to work hard on it, because integrity deals with a person's personal beliefs. So that is something that we need to really work hard on, and to make sure that our people also do the right thing. Even when CA don't tell you what not to do, you can still do the correct thing. I think when the integrity is there, when the competence has been raised, I think it will automatically result in the consumer having a better experience, like what Marcus have mentioned earlier. So with that, I think this is where I will start off with our training regime, with our training program. That's something that we probably need a refresher, and to really look into it and see how we can improve the competence level. And of course, we inculcate integrity within those training programs as well. That's generally how I'll start with.
Interesting. So I think we've come to the end of our dialogue session, and we certainly have a lot to do, because all of us have set our minds and set our hearts to making a difference in the journey ahead. So going forth, we hope all ERA teammates, and as well as our fellow peers in the industry, will continue to support us and embrace the changes that is coming. And we will work together as we embark on this exciting journey ahead with the all-new ERA. Thank you very much.